Welcome to Your Creative Chord podcast, where host Jenny Leigh Hodgins, author and educator, shares unique insights dedicated to empowering your creative flow and inspired living. Through solo reflections and dialogues with creators and wellness experts, Jenny Leigh shares holistic wisdom influenced by her Buddhist practice, alongside poetic insights and practical strategies for living authentically. This podcast helps you overcome challenges and unlock your full creative potential.
Welcome to Your Creative Chord, episode 86, How to Attune to Your Creative Voice. If you're new here, I'm Jenny Leigh Hodgins, creative empowerment coach and host of Your Creative Chord, where we empower your creative flow and inspired living. For returning listeners, thank you for tuning in again. I appreciate your support and engagement. If you listened to last month's episode 85, From Overwhelm to Creative Flow, Lessons in Resilience, Boundaries, and Sustainable Action, today we'll focus on tuning into your creative voice with practical steps you can use immediately to strengthen your creative practice and clarity. Everyone is creative. Some tap into it more readily than others. People describe me as creative. That's because I know how to create. I garden, cook, sing, play piano, bang on drums, write, compose, take nature photos, decorate, design, present, speak, and tweak lessons and content for clients, students, and my podcast. Ideas, thoughts, melodies, drama, humor, patterns, and words burst forth from me like a freely flowing and nearly unstoppable fountain. So I understand the creative process and how to access it. In my role as a piano, music, and chorus educator for 30 years, I've seen how easy creativity is for kids. All the children I've taught over the years were readily able to access their creativity. Adults sometimes need help getting connected. As we grow up, we take in our experiences and allow our voices to be silenced. And that is why many people think they are not creative, or why professional creatives experience temporary perceived blocks. Of course, creativity has an ebb and flow. And if we don't honor the season of rest and incubation, we end up in burnout, which is why I teach my reset format first within all my digital products and my signature creative empowerment coaching program. Practicing self-compassionate awareness of the season and your life's rhythms allows you to build sustainable creative flow. But what if you're creatively blocked or you're creatively curious, but you don't know where to start? Well, that's why I've used my creative exploration formula to help thousands of students and clients. It's a simple strategy based on self-compassionate practices that open up your creative potential. I've shared more about my creative exploration formula in episode 3, Learning to be Creative, episode 41, My Creative Exploration Formula, and episode 69, Reignite Your Creativity, My Proven Formula. All of those episodes explore the creative exploration process from different angles and lived contexts that may deepen your understanding. But today, let's keep it simple. If you want to get creative, the following 7 steps will help you get started. First, put yourself in a box. Start with setting some parameters. Allow only select materials, a time frame, or a work process within which to create. So, for example, as a visual artist, this could mean using an 11 by 17 canvas, acrylic paint, a select color palette, specific brushes, and maybe a time limit of 30 minutes. For a composer, maybe it looks like a 30-minute time block, a laptop's recording software app, a select instrument palette like maybe only strings or piano or percussion or brass, or orchestral families, or a vocal guitar instrumentation. For a writer, Maybe it looks like using a pen and paper, a 15-minute timer, a rule that the pen must never leave the paper, no editing is allowed, a specific character, plot, or setting, or a writing prompt, and the same time for this activity daily. The point is that you choose your limitations before you even begin. When we have too many options, sometimes we feel overwhelmed. Having less options forces your brain to look for unique ways to use the space provided. The second step in the creative exploration formula is to let go of your head. Take off your head, release rules, structures, expectations, ego. Imagine sending all your judgments into a balloon and just letting them float away. Number 3, set your intent. And to me, this is the most important critical part. Tap into your soul and heart. Sit with your feelings and allow them to breathe loudly, freely. Let everything come from this inner compass. Channel from this point of your core, your purpose, and your inner intent or authentic emotion. And let this intent anchor you from start to finish. Connecting to your truth in this way allows creativity to thrive freely. So follow your intuition without concern about the end point or the outcome. Let that connection to your spiritual and emotional inner core lead you. It's easy to doubt your inherent creativity, especially when life is busy or you're feeling burned out. I remember feeling completely stuck trying to write a commissioned song for a client's wedding. My inner critic kept telling me my musical style wasn't going to be feasible. I was completely blocked. But I leaned on my creative exploration formula, a simple roadmap I use for myself and my clients. I let go of expectations. I even gave myself permission to write the worst song possible. And as soon as I did, the words and music just burst forth easily. This is just one of the tools I share in my creative empowerment coaching program, helping you address your energy, overcome blocks, reconnect with your inherent creative voice, and move forward with clarity and confidence. If you're ready to rebuild trust in your inherent creativity and explore it without pressure, let's work together. Get started here, yourcreativechord.com/work with me. The fourth step in creative exploration formula is to visualize. Visualize your intent by deeply feeling and sensing it. Envision the mood, color, sound, story, and setting. Like walking onto a stage or storybook, immerse yourself into your core anchor, your inner intent, or your authentic message and emotions. Using visualization helps you attune to your unique voice. The fifth step in the creative exploration formula is to explore, brainstorm, and experiment. In this process, use courage and humility to allow your inner core to lead the way into exploration and experimentation. I think it works well to open up to a beginner mindset and to willingly learn and to be led. You're not in control of this part. Let it lead you. Be a beginner. The more you trust it, the more readily your authentic voice will avail itself. So be open to learn and follow the lead and release control of the outcome. Number 6, big important step, allow for failure and mistakes. At this stage of expression and experimentation, the most important focus is on allowing yourself to express whatever comes out. If you lose focus on your inner anchor or you begin to hear internal judgments or external judgments, shake them off and reestablish connection with your inner life and your courageous, playful beginner's mindset. When you allow space for mistakes, often your creative voice will take you into new territory that can actually build into something unexpectedly fresh. So let failure have its place in the creative process. And finally, the last step of the creative exploration formula is redesigning. At the end of this process of creative exploration, now you can allow your editor hat, your judgments, the rules, and your inner critic to finally have a say. That's actually a really good contribution from your inner critic. That editing perspective is actually what your inner critic was made for. So allow it to find ways to improve whatever you've created. But the key is not to allow this judgment voice or inner critic to enter the creative process until this final step. These 7 steps are the core of my creative exploration formula, one of the 3 concepts included in my creative empowerment sampler. If you'd like a simple guide to help you put these steps into practice, you can grab your free creative empowerment sampler at yourcreativechord.com/get-inspired-here. And if you're ready to explore your creativity with step-by-step guidance, personalized support, and tools to build sustainable flow, my creative empowerment coaching program is designed to guide you through this process. And you can apply at yourcreativechord.com/work-with-me. So thank you again for joining me today. I hope this episode inspires you to explore your creativity using my creative exploration formula and to enjoy the process at your own pace. Keep honoring your energy, following your inner intent, and letting your unique creativity flow. And I'll see you next time on Your Creative Chord. Remember, creativity is a practice, not performance. Embrace it and play with it and make it your own. And until next time, nurture your creative flow, trust your process, and allow yourself the joy of creating.
Thank you for listening to Your Creative Chord podcast. If you found inspiration in today's episode, please leave a review and subscribe to the show. Your support helps spread the message of creativity and inspired living. Stay connected with Jenny Leigh and a vibrant community of creatives and curious minds. Visit yourcreativechord.com for more resources. Remember, daily life is where your creative flow begins. Embrace the journey